Hello, hello. Welcome to Inklings with Irena, the weekly energy show connecting you to your intuitive guidance system. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk about what to do when second guessing, worry, doubt show up. Because here's the thing. When those emotions show up, they're usually showing up for a pretty good reason, and we want to be able to tune into them, especially if you've heard a great calling in your heart, a dream has bubbled to the surface, and those three busters show up. You want to take a moment and check in. Hello, Renee. Thanks for joining. And Tammy, hi. And Pamela, oh my goodness. And Amanda. Yes, this is the week. This is why I'm jumping on and sharing this. If we haven't met, by the way, my name is Irena Miller. I'm an intuitive energy coach, and I've been guiding women for over 2 decades on what to do when these kinds of emotions show up that create self-sabotage, that have us squashing our dream before it's even out of the gate. Those moments where the worry and the anxiety keep us up and just continue that second guessing stream. It's no fun, because here's the thing. These dreams, that calling that is stirred within your soul, it's there for a very important reason. And when we take that initial leap of faith and we take that adrenaline rush from the ahas, the eureka moments, that initial excitement, think about when you just had a big idea for your business or something you were so excited to share with your boss, or you think this is going to get me the promotion, this is going to be what does it. And you put the plan together, and as soon as you go out the gate, all of a sudden, you think, oh my God, what are my peers going to say? They're going to think I'm nuts. This is coming out of left field. Or they'll think I'm stepping on their toes. I'm too big for my britches. Or who do I think I am to go after this? Well, I want to share with you some very important exercises, energy practices that I've been sharing with my one-on-one clients, because this is just the kind of thing that has come up this week. So, often when people come to me, maybe this is familiar with you, but there's that feeling of this big dream, and all of a sudden, it hits you in the pit of your stomach and you just worry. You need that anchor once again. So I want to share with you what I've shared with my clients this week. The first thing is, I want to invite you to call your spirit back home to you. Now that might sound a little odd and wild, and you think, wait a second, what the heck are you talking about? That is so left field. But let me ask you this. Have you ever talked with someone and their eyes are dead? Like, oh my God, knock, knock, anybody home? Somebody turned the light off in that one, right? You're like, oh my God. That would be somebody whose spirit's checked out. They're emotionally unavailable. They're not present. Sometimes when we're in a lot of pain, when we're in a lot of anguish, we're in a lot of doubt, worry, fear, it's easier to check out. We want to just get out of the feeling. We want to ignore it. We stuff it down. But what happens when we stuff it down is that it can show up like a physical pain. So, sometimes I've had people come to me and say, oh, my heart is just hurting. And what's happened is they've stuffed their voice down so far, they've closed off their throat. There's a pain, an agita that shows up in the chest, a tension, a constriction, almost like anxiety. Then going to public speak becomes challenging. So we go through these exercises that I'm sharing with you, which is call your spirit home, which just means come back to this moment, ground, be aware, be present. I know initially it's not easy, but here's the thing. Just like those shadows that shine, isn't that interesting? The shadows that are cast in the room, if we shine a light on them, we see it's not so scary. It's not a monster. It was just the teddy bear making the shadow on the wall. It takes the power out of the emotion. If we're present in the moment, we're grounded, we're aware. So the first thing to do is call your spirit home. Call your awareness back to this moment. Don't be scattered thinking of 10 million different to-do lists and what everybody else is thinking. One of my teachers that I just adore always has this phrase you may have heard, which says, what other people think of you is none of your business. I love that one. Okay, so the second thing I want to invite you to do once you've called your spirit back home is give yourself a moment. I'm going to look at my cheat sheet to ask yourself, does this emotion belong to someone else? Now, here's the thing. The way that I'm sharing these particular practices with you, the order that I'm sharing it in is very specific. And I do change it dependent upon the person I'm working with or the group of people, I tune into the energy. So for example, before I came onto the call today, I took a nice, wonderful half an hour meditation and tuned into what would be the best message to share. What do people need to hear about? What do they need to learn that's going to help them on their day and their path today? And what I got was addressing just these things, the worries, the fears, and the self-doubt that pops up when we hear the calling. So are we going to answer the calling and go after our heart's dream? Or are we going to let those guys set up house? So I specifically order these sacred practices in such a way that they're easy to use, weave in your day in a few moments, and also in a way that stair stacks, builds on each other. Another time it might be different, but today this is what I'm really getting is going to be the most helpful. Call your spirit home, which just means be grounded and present. There are many practices to do that out there. The second thing, and I have a bunch of them that I love, the second thing to do is to check in. How much of this emotion belongs to you? How much of it belongs to someone else? How many times have you gotten really excited about a dream? I have a client who is so amazing, and I think she's on. You guys are all amazing, by the way. But has a calling, right? To move their home, to take their family to a geographic location that their heart has been connected to for eons. When they talk about this place, when they share the land, the experiences, they light up, they fill up. And all of a sudden, everything's falling into place. They get a dream vacation there last minute because somebody else couldn't go. They go and they find a beautiful home. Their in-laws find a home that they can move to. The in-laws get so excited about it. It's on board. They're ready to sell their house. And then they come, and then my client, the loan comes, oh my gosh, but we're still second guessing and doubting ourselves. Totally normal, by the way, especially for what's going on energetically right now. Totally par for the course. Totally natural. But are you going to let that fear and worry and second guessing totally squash the dream of living in paradise when everything is opening up, when all the doors are opening up for you? Are you going to be like, to heck with that calling. Never mind. What was I thinking? Okay, right? We want to pay attention to fear, worry, and doubt. Emotions in and of themselves are not a bad thing. Yet when we give power to them, when we buy into the story they're trying to tell us, then it's no good. What we want to do is we want to say, okay, why is this popping up? So there are exercises you can do to help remove you from the emotion, to sit with it, to say hello to it, and then step out of the story of it and observe it. Part of that is saying, how much of this belongs to someone else? Because when I told someone about this dream, they may have been a little jealous and been, and said, who do you think you are? I want to live in paradise. You think anybody could live in paradise? No, I don't think so. You got to pay your due, right? Be careful who you tell your dreams to, right? Because they might squash them and they might feed that worry and doubt. So how much of this emotion belongs to you? How much to someone else? And then the final practice I want to share with you to help this is create structure for your dream. So yes, we're going into a time where a lot of people are planning for the next year. They're putting together their calendars. Yes, that's a great way to build structure, but I'm talking about it from an energetic perspective. And crystals are a fantastic way to build structure. So just like myself, I had the incredible opportunity to manifest a totally amazing win for a special VIP day with 2 amazing teachers. And I have had, and I'm kind of looking at it, my little crystal grid over here, my manifesting grid, for a couple months where I've been working on a few things to bring into being. Now, when I work on manifesting and I create a structure, a crystal grid to help me manifest, it's not just like, I'm going to do a little vision board or put up a couple little crystals and then hope for the best. It's a way to help me focus. Every day I see my goals and intentions. Every day I sit and I meditate in front of that beautiful little crystal grid, and I'm able to, through the practices, charge and set an intention and focus on what it is I wish to bring in. I pause and in my meditation, ask for that guidance, that divine inspiration, and I get little hits, right? And it might be as simple as, you know what? Call so-and-so, post this, reach out here, jump into this adventure, and it's up to me to take action. It's not like, as one of my teachers says, dialing up the universe and asking for a pizza. and, just waiting, right? Like you have to take action. You've got to go to the door and you've got to receive the pizza. You've got to pay for the pizza. There's an engagement that goes on. Wishful thinking, positive thinking falls flat. We want to combine and engage with the energies using these sacred practices. So as a quick wrap up, this is a big, big day. I know I'm sharing so much with you to help you squash the second guessing, the fears, the doubts, the worries. What I encourage you to do is, number one, call your spirit home. Become present and grounded. You can do that through breath work. You can do that through rooting through your feet. The second thing, how much of this emotion belongs to someone else? Is there somebody sneaky who's been kind of like talking in your ear, a jealous neighbor or friend, who maybe, and they don't mean anything bad, but it's hard sometimes when you see everybody else running ahead, going after their dreams, and you're too afraid to go after yours. So just check in with emotions. How much belongs to someone else? Then the final thing, create structure for your dreams. Crystal grids are a great way to do that, to concentrate the energy, to have a container to help you stay focused, to help you shift the doubt, spending that time in meditation with them. All right, so this is a lot to chew on. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever done or used a crystal grid before? Have you ever heard we'll just go with the crystal grid. So many good things today. So thank you guys for being here. Renee, Tammy, this is wonderful. Oh, Erin, you're here. Yes, Tammy, dead eyes. Annie, hello and welcome. And Maggie, so great to have you. Yes. Oh, Amanda, your house went on the market yesterday. Yes, you are amazing. I'm just reading through. Oh, I'm glad to hear this has helped you, Renee. All right, shine the light. Oh, thank you so much. All right, Erin, great to have you. So I will look for all the comments and respond as I can. Let me know if you've ever played with crystal grids before. They're so much fun. Okay, catch you guys on the flip side. Oh, and hey, if you want to continue the conversation and take this farther, you've heard the calling and you want to know what's the next step, make sure you click on the link. Holy cannoli, almost forgot. All right, bye guys. I'm glad to have you in the intuitive energy adventure as well, Renee. Oh, big things coming for it in the new year. More goodies being added. All right, lots of love. Bye.